What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and I have to say guys that today the news literally blew me out of the water. I couldn't believe that Deus Ex Mankind Divided was a collab that we're getting for this month. It was not something I knew that when we got the Just Cause 3, people were like, why wouldn't it be Deus Ex? It's much more of a of a well-known franchise, and here we go. Maybe they listened, they just gave it to us. So I'm really excited about this. I think that Deus Ex is a very good game franchise, very good game series. And first off, I think that the units, especially Victor, look pretty sweet. Adam Jensen, obviously, badass, right? Main character, very cool. But Victor, he looks pretty cool too. So, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be I'm assuming a limited time banner. Yeah, limited time only banner collab. I think it's going to be a raid. But look, also, let me just keep saying also real quick. The thing that surprised me even more is that they're giving us a step-up banner with it. I can't believe it. Like, they don't have to do this stuff. Like, it's actually really cool that we're getting a lot more step-ups than I thought we would get. I thought we would get only the ones that JP got. Nope, they're just throwing us a lot at us, so that's pretty cool. You can see that we can do this 3 times per player. The first step is only 1,500 lapis. Pretty good, right? 1,500 lapis. Then the second step is 3,500. Step 3 is the normal 5,000 lapis. Then we have step 4 is the 5,000 lapis as well. If you get to step 5, that's going to be 5,000 lapis. It's going to set you up with either Adam or Victor. The only thing wrong here is the step 3 doesn't have the whole guaranteed rainbow on it. I really wish that would be there. But, you get to pull, you get a 4-star or higher on 1 or 2. Now, be sure to look at the fine print down here, guys. 3 + 1 summons. You're not getting the full 11 pull. Step 2, 7 + 1 summons. You're not getting the full 11 pull. But then after that, you do get the full 11 pull. And honestly, at this point, for whales, and I'm speaking to mostly whales and maybe some high-end dolphins, these little Trustmaster Moogles are starting to become obsolete to me as a reward. I like them, but at the same time, I'm getting 50% every time I make a 7-star, and if you are farming, you're doing the events and stuff like that, these start to become less and less valuable as time goes on. At least for me, I have a bunch saved up right now, so I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, let's check out Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Adam Jensen, going to be an attacker. You can see that it says Global Original, but it doesn't say Global Exclusive, meaning that JP will probably end up getting this. 5-star base going up to 7-star. Super Trust Master Reward. Jensen's Trench Coat. Attack 35, defense 20, spirit 20. Enable SWAT Specialist. SWAT Specialist, boost attack when equipped with a gun. So this is going to be your go-to robe. This is Super Trust Mastery, by the way. Or go-to chest piece, I'm sorry. Armor piece that is going to be for your gun wielders, okay? It's going to give you that high attack, going to give you gun mastery. Very good. But it's not exactly something that I'm going like, okay, I got to pull 4 of him. I got to pull 4 of him to be able to get this. I don't see that as being the case. I think it's just going to be pretty good if you need it for a gun wielder. Trust Mastery Reward. Now, this is just the normal Trust Mastery Reward, and this is where the banner really starts to kick off. TF29 Agent. Boost equipment attack when armed with 2 one-handed weapons, meaning if you dual wield, it's going to boost your equipment attack. So this is similar to what Lightning got in her kit at 7-star, and this is true double hand, but they call it true dual wield. So instead of having the double hand with the true double hand, now that happens when you have 2 weapons when you're dual wielding. And it boosts up your attack on your equipment. If you look up here, that 35 would be boosted from this. The 35, the flat attack that you have, not the percentages, get boosted. And then on top of that, if that wasn't enough, boost attack when equipped with a gun, sword, fist, or throwing weapon. So this is also going to allow you to start to try to hit that 300% max, attack stat before battle. Now, I do want to mention that the true dual wield has a cap in Japan, at least from what I understand, of 100%. Okay, so it's not like the 300% of everything else, like true double hand or, attack, defense, magic, spirit. It is 100%, at least right now, in JP. So we're hoping this is around 20% or something like that. I think in JP, there's only a handful of TMRs, STMRs, etc. materia that have this ability on it. And some of them are really low. It's like 10%. Some of them have 20%. One has really high. I think it's 60%. So we don't know where this is going to be. We're going to have to wait for the data mine. But this is an extremely strong and powerful TMR. I do not think it's going to push us past true double hand being the main thing you want to do with Hio. and other true double hand users, but it's going to be there and it's going to be very exclusive. It's similar to the Explorer Eileen TMR that you guys maybe missed out on the limited time banner. This is something to pull for. This is something to get for sure. Very, very strong and very unique and very powerful. I know I keep kind of repeating myself there, but very, very good. So you definitely want to try to pick that up. Let's look at a little bit. We don't know anything about Jensen right now. We're not going to know until after the data mine or when he's released. Boost attack by 50% and boost damage of certain abilities. So you're going to be able to focus up and maybe add some damage multipliers to your other abilities. Nano Blade, deal damage to one enemy and power up with consecutive uses. So it's going to be a consecutive use thing. Maybe that's a finisher or maybe even a chaining consecutive use. Titan, activate barrier for self. So doesn't really tell us too much about the guy. I'm assuming we're going to be putting guns on him because he already has gun mastery in his trench coat. And we're going to be wanting to dual wield him because, again, with 7 stars, you want to put their trust mastery reward on, and his trust mastery is pertain to dual wielding. So that's what I think we're going to have to do with Jensen here, but we'll look out later on to see what happens with that. Now moving on to Victor, a tank, and you guys know how excited I get about tanks. We have a new tank coming at us, 5-star base going up to 7 stars. So again, guys, this is a double 5-star base banner. Super trust mastery reward. Marchenko's Secrets. Boost defense when equipped with heavy armor and nullify sleep, paralyze, confuse, and stone. So you're going to get a lot of, you know, status elements, a lot of status element resist here. We don't know the percentage on that defense. However, this sounds extremely good for any defensive tank. Obviously, you're all probably going to have heavy armor on when it comes time for you to be taking those hits if you're not doing an evade build. And I definitely want to see what this is all about. If it is a super high number, it's going to have to be really high for me to be like, okay, we got to try to grind for 4 of them. Because remember, guys, this is limited time, and you have to have 4 of them to get these super trust mastery rewards. So I'm really, really happy that they put this TF29 agent on his trust mastery reward and not his super trust mastery reward, because that would just be disgusting. So it may be really good. We're gonna have to see what the boost defense percent is. Trust mastery reward, energy converter, boost HP by 20% and defense by 30%, and restore HP and MP each turn. That seems okay. That does not seem bad at all. Again, for a tank, somebody maybe a support unit, you're gonna be able to get their MP back each turn and their HP, along with having a high defensive stat, and the HP is pretty good up there. I do want to point out that this is a raid, so you guys should be able to farm trust Moogles, you know, through the raid summons to be able to get these TMRs. Although if it's like the last Star Ocean one, it was like pulling teeth to get them to drop, so hopefully it's not like that. Featured ability, and this looks like it's his cooldown ability. They actually show that off. Augmented Titan, once every 3 turns. Activate barrier, reduce physical damage taken, and temporarily increase chance of being targeted for caster for 2 turns. So this is going to be like his provoke, and it looks like it's his cooldown ability, which is crazy. So his provoke is going to put a barrier on him. He's going to take less physical damage. So it sounds to me like he's going to be a physical damage tank, along with his trust mastery and his TMR, as opposed to a magic damage tank. So you're going to be able to get in there and use him. Maybe he could rival Wilhelm. Who knows? I don't think anybody can take on that mustache with this, you know, this bald head of his might have something else to say about that in his robo arm. Take down, damage 1 enemy, confrontation, temporarily increase chance of being targeted, and decrease damage taken for 5 turns. Okay, so he has 5 turns. So it looks like he has 2. Okay, so the reason Augmented Titan can't be used all the time is that it only gets you targeted for 2 turns, and it looks like you can only activate it every 3 turns. So you're gonna have a turn where you're not targeted. So then you can use confrontation, but that's 5 turns. So he's free to do whatever the hell else he wants to do, and it also reduces damage taken, which is pretty cool. Vaclav Kohler. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. 4-star base going up to 6-star. Let's look at this TMR. Time Machine Secret. Boost attack and HP by 20% and boost physical damage evasion by 5%. So I think this is going to be going out to the people who want to build full evade. I don't think you're really getting too excited and out of bed for attack 20% anymore. It's just not good enough. However, if you still need evade, you still try to build up your evade, here's 5%. You get 4 of these bad boys. You get them the TMR Moogles from the raid. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, you could slowly build it up, I guess. But 5%, we really wish it was 10%. But hey, can't get everything in the world. I'm not going to look over, let's see, what kind of unit is he? He says he's an attack, but I see a lot of these, which normally that makes me think support. Reduce lightning resist for 1 enemy and add lightning elements to own physical attacks, and enable full augmentation potential for 3 turns. Don't know what that is. Gradually restore own HP for 3 turns, boost own defense and spirit, and enable black market augmentations for 1 turn. If he's boosting himself up, I don't like it. Defensive enhancements, boost defense and spirit for 1 ally, and damage all enemies for the next turn. It's weird that they have him as a damage dealer. We're gonna have to look at his other abilities, but just reading this ability right here as being one of his like flashy abilities, I don't, unless black market augmentations is really awesome, I don't really care about that unit too much. Looking through that, and then we have Frank the tank. I don't know. Buffer, it looks like 3-star going up to 5-star. Look at this TMR. You're probably gonna get a lot of them if you summon on this. Cerebral Augmentation, boost HP and MP by 15%, and Lightning Resist by 20%. Okay, we're getting some value there with the Lightning Resist when we're trying to build up Lightning Resist on your team. Everybody might need a little bit. This is going to also give you some HP and MP. Pretty good, pretty good. That's our target. Boost physical damage against Machina monsters for 3 turns for 1 ally. So it's going to, oh my god. So it's going to be able to give someone, Machine Killer. So, okay. So I'm thinking about getting this guy, getting this ability, throwing it on Olive, right? Getting 2 of these dudes on your team. So let's see here. Okay, so the new machine, new machine trial coming out, which we'll talk about in a minute. Let's think about 2 of these guys. We get 2 Olives. So you have your Olive, and then you have your friend Olive. And then you cast this on your friend Olive, then you have your other one cast it on your Olive. You have 2 chainers, which are AoE. Well, it doesn't have to be AoE. It could be single target. But you have 2 chainers. The first Olive blows up, you know, does her damage, puts down the lightning resist, does a little bit more damage because of this. Then you train up, blow up with your other Olive, with all of this stuff on it, with it being broken, with the chaining, and maybe we can one-shot this new boss coming out. And maybe he could be a key to do that. That sounds interesting. You really owe me one. Reduce damage taken for all allies for 3 turns, so he has a mitigation. Is this guy useful? Ex-head of cyber security. Reduce lightning resist for all enemies and add lightning element to physical attacks for 1 ally. Wow, he's actually really useful. Because when it comes time when you're using fixed dice, he can just be throwing the lightning element on your person and taking the lightning out. This guy should have been the 4-star. He seems good. Like, I mean, obviously he's not going to be amazing. He's not going to be like, oh my god, now my team can beat Trials. But he definitely seems like he has some uses. So, overall, what do I think about the banner? I'm very excited. I'm definitely going to be pulling. That's coming from a whale standpoint, especially with a step-up banner. Step-up banner save your life as a whale. Mercy pools, thank God. I do want to put a little asterisk here. Hio, Hio, Hiu, however the heck you say his name, Hiu. You know, Kylo Ren is coming out. I would say, okay, so if we follow the JP schedule and how things are supposed to release, he should be the next story, right, guys? He should be the next story. He should be next month. Around next month, he should come out. That guy literally is broken. Like, I've called units broken in the past, like Mystia or other things that help change the game. This guy will kill stuff so easy, you guys don't even understand. As long as you have true double hands to get him built up. So, you guys can just skip this banner entirely and wait for him. There's nothing on this banner that really, so far, because we haven't seen their stats, we have no idea what these units do. But as far as, like, you know, what I've seen, except for this TF29 agent, that makes you be like, okay, I really need to pull on this. Because, you know, you have other tanks, you have other damage dealers. So you can save for that. But if you want to pull on it, go ham. Once the data mine comes out, I'm assuming on Thursday it'll be out. I'll try to have a full banner review and talk about that. But until Hio comes out, it's kind of like, do I save for him? Do I not? Most of the time, yes. Even I will tell you need to be saving for him. If you're not going to be dumping Lapis in to be doing that, you know, that's your own choice. He is going to be on the step-up banner to make it a little bit easier. But he's going to be on one similar to Reagan. So, about it, whatever. The one thing I do want to point out is that Gumi could delay Hiu, Kylo Ren. Because he was so broken, I could see them being like, yeah, once people pull him, why would they ever pull for another damage dealer until we get to the, I mean, one's eventually power creep him by, but it takes a while, and even then he's still really strong. So they can start pushing him back, trying to make more money, and even I could see the sense in that. Like, I think it was a mistake to release him. Like, he is so good. But again, we're gonna have a unit of choice ticket, guys. You guys can save that, get one of him. You need a 7-star, pull in the step up, get another. I mean, it's with the unit of choice tickets and being able to select him, that's gonna be something that helps you guys out too. So, blah blah blah, you're talking too much, Claic. Let's move on to the next part, which is the actual raid event. We're gonna be able to go in here and be fighting some machine-looking dude. He looks pretty beefy, mech type. Let's move on down because I was really excited about these rewards. So we have a gun here, attack 100, two-handed weapon, fire elemental. Very, very powerful weapon here. Very excited to pick this bad boy up, especially since it has a fire element on it. It has the two-handed weapon, so when you're trying to true double-handed gun user, you're going to be able to have that fire element attached on there. We have nuke virus software, enable nuke virus software, boost physical damage against Machina monsters, machine killer on an accessory. So, yeah, you guys definitely get that. If you're thinking, I don't know if I want to play this, get this at least. This is ridiculous. This is another ridiculous thing. Attack 10%, lightning elemental, enable machine killer plus two-handed weapon. So this is the only thing is it says attack 10. I wish it wasn't a two-handed weapon. I wish it was a one-handed weapon. You know, you could hold this gun with one hand. Like, that'd be ridiculous because then you would just screw the attack. You know, you would just be using it for the machine killer plus. So That's kind of rough, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, it's very unique, so that's awesome. Then we have EMP Grenade Titan and Zenith Zap. I'm assuming Titan is an accessory that gives you the ability to cast Titan, which is that barrier thing where you take less physical damage. Moving on down, I don't think that we had a specific summon that comes from the raid. No, so we don't have a unit that comes from the raid, it doesn't look like. Now, that could be changed when we go into the future, looking at stuff, but you get the materials to make that stuff. You can get, it looks like you can get the TMR Moogles, etc., etc. So I'm really excited to get in here. It looks to me like, and I'm going to be honest, it looks to me like it's the thing we're getting is lipstick from far away. Like, look at this thing down here. You know, summon on the Deus Ex Mankind Divided with lipstick. Or like Kylo Ren's broken lightsaber. I don't know. Maybe I just have Kylo Ren on my mind. Moving on, we have a couple of new trials coming out. Antonella, they just recolored it, made it a little bit harder, so you can go in there and fight it just like the other ones. The mission reward is an attack 117 mace, chance of poisoning, petrifying, and enabling Maneater Plus. So it's gonna see, I'm gonna see some uses for this thing, to be honest, because of the Maneater Plus being on there. But at the same time, not all the time, so maybe not that big of a deal. The one thing I do believe is a big of a deal is Plant Eater Plus. You're going to have to kill Antonella within 35 turns, and you get this bad boy, and I do see you using this, you know, whenever we fight a plant. So this is very important to grab up, very good. Whatever these things, you know, if you end up getting them, you get them, but this is a very specific materia you definitely want in your equipment. And then we have this guy, which is what I was talking about. He's the Ancient Hellbringer Omega, Master of all power. Muster all of your power to achieve victory. I was going to say Master of all power, blah, blah, blah. I thought they were talking about him. Machine Killer is effective against it. It's vulnerable to lightning attacks. Olive. We need lots of fire resist equipment for the battle, or Olive could maybe one-shot it. So I know you guys should have a lot of Olive 7 stars on your friend list. If you have an Olive 7 star yourself, this might just be you might be able to blow the doors off this thing with Olive being so powerful. But again, we're going to have to test it and see what's up. Attack and Magic 35 accessory, HP and MP plus 10%. So not the worst thing in the world, not the best thing, but not the worst thing. We have attack 40% and things like higher magic stats, but maybe for a hybrid unit, and even so, even for an attack unit, maybe you sacrifice the 5 for the HP and MP 10%. Up to you. We can use no more than 3 items, so that's new. We can use up to 3 items in the fight. Use 2 or more limit burst, which I guess if you one-shot it, you're not getting this. Reduce lightning resistance by 75% and boost defense and spirit by 40%. So you're getting defense and spirit buff by 40%. As long as you don't fight anything that does lightning damage, this is going to be pretty damn good. Evoke an Esper. Wave Cannon. Once used every 2 turns. Ooh, it's a cooldown ability on a materia. Deal partial unmitigated damage to all enemies and reduce defense and spirit. So this is going to be a way for you guys to break, maybe on, when I read this, I just think about putting this on somebody when I do King Mog or Raid, and have them break for me. Like, actually more or less King Mog, because you need to use the bonus units and maybe just throw this on somebody and break with them. But overall, I think this is going to be fun for the simple reason, I don't even know much about the fight. I guess we need fire resist, but for the simple reason, I want to see what Olive can do here. I want to see Olive shine here, Olive 7-star finally get what she needs to do. And show, she's already been showing off. I mean, she can one-shot the robot trial, the old robot trial. She can one-shot that boss. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So it's gonna be fun to fight. That's coming out, and I think that's about it, guys. That's gonna be it for this week. A lot of people are like, this banner is Gumi's trying to get all your lapis for Hio. Don't fall for this trap. It's like, what do you guys want? You guys want shitty fucking banners? You guys want them to release no banners? I mean, at least I would like to have an event. It's up to you if you want to summon, like. People get mad at Gumi, like, stop releasing cool shit, I don't want it. Don't put good TMRs on these units, you idiots. It's like, please keep doing that, Gumi. I will tell you that's what I want. I want to be able to have fun every week. And I appreciate you guys having the new content coming out every week. I know I'm going to go hard for Hio, but at the same time, I like to get excited about every week, and when I wake up and look at the news, and you guys pulled it off this time, so that's pretty good. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're going to be pulling this banner, or if everything's going for Hiyu, Darth Maul, Decidius, evil Darth Vader man, or subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.